What's up, guys? This is Ricky from Team Project Attraction, here to give you elite knowledge on what exactly causes attraction. So today we're going to talk about insecurities, because when you go out, you're going to see two types of guys who go up and talk to women. Number one is the guy who is trying to prove something. He doesn't feel good about himself, he doesn't love himself, and so he's going out trying to get validation and feel good by sleeping with a whole bunch of women. And it's very needy, it's very grotesque, it's weird. Everyone who sees it's like, ugh, gosh, just wants to get away from it. And then number two is the guy who's fun-loving, has his shit handled, loves himself, goes out, has a fucking blast, and usually in the process, because he's loving himself so much, having a great time, giving lots of value, doesn't need anything from anyone, is getting laid a lot, dating a lot of girls, having a great time in the dating field. So what this video is going to do is take you from number one, if you're feeling insecure, which is the root cause of those needy, pesky behaviors that no one likes to be around, and to get you to be playing at where your cup is overflowing, you don't need anything, you're playing the dating field because you enjoy it, and you can walk home at the end of the night by yourself, smiling, having a great time, or walk home with one or two girls with you, whichever you want. So whether you're a Fortune 500 CEO up here or a Starbucks worker, both of you have insecurities. Everyone has insecurities, no matter who you see, no matter how confident they are. At the end of the day, they all have those little insecurities, those little thought loops in their heads that tell them, you're not good enough, you're not worthy, da-da-da-da, whatever you may have. So here's three things that will help you with your insecurities. Point number one is read self-development books, and specifically read Psycho-Cybernetics. And then the second one I would highly recommend, which I just finished reading, was Shadows Before Dawn, Finding the Light of Self-Love Through Your Darkest Times by T.L. Swan. This book I just finished and it was fucking amazing. It talks about like why people don't love each other, like love themselves, and how usually you're shamed if you do love yourself as someone who's selfish and just evil and bad and doesn't care about anyone when it's not true. So it talks about at a young age, like how people say, no, don't do that, da-da-da. It actually takes away from your self-love, and you start doing that to yourself, and it starts spiraling, and where you're so hard on yourself, you forget to actually show yourself some love and affection. And because of that, you're trying to get love from other people, which makes you very needy. So check this book out. It's really good. There's fucking gold in this book. I just took tons of notes. It was amazing. Point number two is journal, or what I like to do is audio journal. I don't like to write because I'm super like go, go, go all the time. So I usually go for a walk and I do an audio journal. And this is actually something I got from Marcus Aurelius. Now, Marcus Aurelius is one of the 5 great emperors of Rome before Rome collapsed, I believe. I don't know, I'm not a historian. If you picture it, he is this great ruler. His job was to run one of the best countries in the world. He's basically like Donald Trump is now. He was the ruler of Rome. He was ahead of millions of people, and there's diseases, famines, murders, like crime, and he's trying to rule over them and govern them. So there's a little book that he actually didn't intend for anyone to find, but it was his own personal journal, which you can check out. It's Marcus Aurelius Meditations. And in it, he talks about, as this like great ruler, he had these worries and these concerns, and he didn't know who to turn to. Like, who does the man who rules everyone turn to for help when you're at the top? When you're at the top and everyone's looking to you for answers, who do you turn to? So that was the position Marcus Aurelius was in, and what he finally decided to do. And I'm sure he had other people he could console and other mentors and other wise men he went to, but he really relied on himself, and he taught himself self-reliance by journaling, just writing his concerns down, dealing with them out on paper so that he could kind of take them from here, which was stressing him out, put them on there, and then kind of release the tension. So for me, that's what I've learned to adopt as well, is I do audio journals pretty much every day. I talk about insecurities, I talk about worries, I talk about stresses, and then I think of solutions to that. I'm like, maybe I can try this, maybe I can read this book, and that helps get me problem solving rather than get into what do most guys do. They get into victim mode. They're like, oh, my looks, oh, this, that, oh, I don't have enough money. And then they go and feel bad about themselves and go into victim mode rather than trying to work out the problem, accept that there is a problem, and figure out a solution to it. And then point number 3 is the reframe. So when you notice, when you become more self-aware as you're working on yourself, becoming a high caliber motherfucker, you're going to start hearing your thoughts and you're going to be like, dude, I say some fucked up shit to myself. You're going to be like, you're not good enough, or you don't look good in that, or blah, blah, blah. So when those thoughts come up, what you have to do is be able to catch them and be like, no, that's not true. Actually, that's what makes me awesome. You know, that's a good reframe. It's called the reframe. Is when you take something, an insecurity comes up, and you flip it. You're like, that's what makes me awesome. That's why I love myself. No, that's actually not true. This is what's true. And you flip it, and once you do that, it cancels out that thought loop going around in your head. So those are my 3 tips. Once you start using them, you're going to notice you're going to be at more ease with the world, more calm in life, feel better in your own skin, you're going to be more confident, and then going out, talking to women, you're going to be the fun guy who is the life of the party rather than trying to suck the party from all the girls and guys around you. I hope that helps. Leave your questions down below. Don't forget to like and share, and I will see you next time. Peace.
This little piggy got a house made of bricks, hand over hand over hand over fist. This little piggy got a house made of bricks, up and pump.